So welcome back to the Avengers show, where we share community ideas on really cool things that people want to see added into this game, okay? Because the purpose of it is to drive the devs in the right direction. And that being said, if you want to be featured in these videos, all you got to do right now in the comments below is let me know something you really want to see in this game. It could be absolutely anything, but the super important thing is to thumbs up comments on the ideas that you think are cool, because we do select the ones that get the most thumbs up. So we got a ton in this video, and it was super hard to choose from the last episode, but we got some really great ones. So hey, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that big red subscribe button below, because it has been proven to make you a much better human being. And if we can get 15 or 16 likes, that would be cool too. But kicking off this video, I want to start with King Doom Gaming's comment that says, how awesome would it be if we got the Marvel zombie skins for Halloween? And I know technically, like, this would be cool, right? And technically, to an extent, I guess you could say we kind of have that with the Captain America's World War suit. I mean, all jokes aside, I probably shouldn't say that, but it's on the category of Halloween level, right? And as funny as that is, and going on to like the seriousness of this, I can see this being really cool. And although it's not literally being confirmed that we're going to be seeing, I guess, like these seasonal updates for Halloween, Easter, Christmas, whatever, it kind of is like a no-brainer at this stage. And there's a ton of really cool concepts out there already when it does come down to like zombie skins for the Avengers, and they look really cool. So this would work great with characters like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and definitely like Hulk as well. There's a ton out there, so I think this would be really cool. Now, going on to the next idea, and this is an interesting one because it's for Spider-Man. It comes from Brian, and he says, when Spider-Man comes to PlayStation's Avengers, they should use the symbiote as a gear. And I think the symbiote as a gear would be really cool. As Brian said, this would be awesome, and I completely agree with that. I mean, at this stage though, seeing this Spider-Man in action is definitely something that we're all super curious to see, right? In terms of just how the character's going to feel as well, because I guess he's going to be one of their most, I guess, dynamic characters, if that makes sense, in the sense of what he'll be able to do, like web swinging, wall crawling, etc. So I'm genuinely excited and a little bit nervous to see how that's going to go down in the game, but nonetheless, when it comes down to gear perks for Spider-Man, it will be really cool. Like, again, the opportunities for these are just endless, and hopefully it just makes for a really cool gameplay experience. So definitely a good idea though, Brian. If you guys have any other perks you think would go well with Spider-Man or any other character, then definitely let me know in the comments below. Now, this kind of ties into the next one, which makes a bit more sense to, well, I guess following on from the Spider-Man conversation, and it's about that the first thing the devs need to do is add more missions in the city, because no one wants to play in a boring aim facility over and over. Now, I've been saying this for a long time, that more city maps are definitely crucial at this stage, because of course you do get the daytimes, the night times, etc. I think definitely city maps though, when it comes down to exploration as well, are definitely the best out there as it stands. But again, we don't know if we're going to see new planets as well in another update, and again, like, the possibilities for this game are endless. It's just, as opposed to, are we going to get, I guess, the terrible locations at first and, you know, the awful locations as a whole, or are we going to get the good ones and then it's kind of going to filter down to the bad ones, if that makes sense. But I mean, there's a few on my bucket list, I guess you could say, that I really want to see, but definitely as like an overall perspective, missions in the city are super crucial for me. And like I said, daytime and nighttime, and it'd be really cool if you can actually have that as a feature, just to toggle on and off a day or night scene. Just an opinion, but nonetheless, mission city missions, whatever you want to call them, are super important. Now, going on to the next one, it is actually a really interesting one, because Burhan is not actually the first person that I've seen mention this, but what he says is they should assign a button for Tony and others to be able to take off their mask/helmets. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an actual feature, if that makes sense, but what someone did make a suggestion, of course you can see his name's Drew, it does say maybe as an emote, and I think that's actually really cool. If they can just have this as an emote, I think that'd be really cool. And again, it'd be more so for people like Tony, that it would actually be really cool for. also maybe like an emote of a transition if you go from Hulk and then you can go back to Bruce as an emote. I know that would be really weird but cool as well at the same time to see, so there's a ton of stuff they can go into that direction for the emotes, but again it will ultimately come down to that question as to, is it going to be free or do we have to pay actual real bucks for that stuff? So again, I don't really mind, it depends on how good the emote's going to be. Personally though, I don't think like any emote would be super important for me to purchase literally, but I mean I could be completely wrong because there are like loads of cool things you could do, and it ultimately just comes down to the price for that as well. But again, get in the comments below and let me know what you guys are feeling about that. Now going on to the next one, which is a super interesting one actually. It's kind of linking what I said earlier, but it's basically about needing different planets to go with different enemies and bosses. And again, someone did comment that this one would be really cool, and with next gen the possibilities are endless, which I super definitely 100% agree with. But this actually links to something that I was talking about yesterday, and if you didn't check out that video, definitely check it out after this one. But long story short for this, we basically found out that the super adaptoids are a thing in this game. Of course, they just haven't been added at this moment in time, but there's like actual concept arts for this stuff, and it's in the book for this game. So that being said, we're actually going on to with the Secret Labs update, people were saying that we will get this type of or form of a new enemy or boss, and I think that's really cool. But I definitely agree with, if we get different planets, which is super crucial, that we definitely need to get different enemies and bosses. And ultimately, I honestly feel like enemies is the only thing lacking at this moment in time, because they all kind of just feel repetitive in their own way. And I guess, I mean, the drones for me are the most annoying, but I feel like there's definitely another path for them to go down with that stuff, because some are really fun and some are just extremely annoying. But again, I don't know if that's a preference type of thing, but nonetheless, new enemies, new locations, new planets, that's basically where it's at right now. I think that would be really cool, and I don't doubt that we won't see that. I just hope we see it soon, if that makes sense. But going on to the last one, it's a comment that I've not actually had experience with, but I've been told a lot of people have, and it's basically about having the ability to join/rejoin active missions, because nothing feels worse than having your game freeze mid/end mission with your buddies. Now again, it probably hasn't happened to me, because I've never played with anyone actually, so I'm completely lying. It's not happened to me because I've never played with anyone in this game. I haven't even attempted to do it because of all the bugs. But that being said, when I read the comments, there were people saying it hasn't happened to them, and then there were people saying if it hasn't basically happened to you, in a nutshell, then you're super lucky. So if this is a common situation, then I think, yeah, definitely just being able to simultaneously join and rejoin the active missions is an absolute must. But guys, that's going to wrap up this video. As always, leave your ideas below, subscribe for more awesome content. You can also check out the playlist for these Marvel's Avengers show game ideas, whatever you want to call it, where we've gone over tons of super cool ideas. So check out that playlist, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.